missile hold.
Yep. I'm gonna die here.
Zap's on the left, Zap's on the left.
Yep. They got me.
Go for it, go for it.
Let's go!
So you want to get into competitive Splatoon, but you have no idea where to start. All you have is your Nintendo Switch, a copy of Splatoon 3, and a phone, tablet, or computer. Well, you're in luck. This video is for you, the player who has no idea where to start their competitive journey. My name is Cactus, and this is the ultimate beginner's guide to competitive Splatoon. What is competitive Splatoon? Competitive Splatoon is more than just getting on the game and playing a few games of Turf War or Anarchy mode. Competitive Splatoon is teams of 4 going head to head, competing to be the best of the best. Teams that put in tons of work improving their skills individually and together as a team to bring home the gold. They compete in tournaments, participate in scrims, and practice to one day call themselves the best players of Splatoon. First things first, get social media. The Splatoon community almost entirely circulates around Discord and Twitter. If you don't have an account, make one. And if you aren't old enough to have your own, ask your parent or legal guardian to help you. Discord is home to hundreds, if not maybe even thousands of Splatoon servers that are used daily. Players and teams use them to enter tournaments, find scrims, a test match or matches between two teams, or just find other players to play with for fun. Twitter is used to advertise many of the Splatoon tournaments that happen weekly or monthly. You will also find it the most popular area for players to share clips, art, and communicate with each other, similar to Discord. Once you have Twitter and Discord, or if you already have them, I recommend following IPL Splatoon, Splatoon News, Ink TV Splat, Squid School _SPL, Dapple Productions, Splatoon NA, and Molaway IT, just to name a few. These accounts will not only give you the latest information on Splatoon tournaments, but also news in Splatoon as a whole that you may have missed out on. When it comes to Discord servers, I recommend joining Inkling Performance Lab, Ludi or Leagues Under the Ink, Inkopolis Crosswalk, Splatoon Stronghold, Splatoon Recruiting and Free Agency, and Squid School, as some great starters. Within these servers, a lot of times you get notified of other servers holding tournaments, or are some great hangout spots. Definitely worth checking out. It's a great way to expand your horizons. I'll make sure I link everything down in the description below. Alright, you've done it. You joined a competitive Splatoon server. Now what? Start off by making yourself a free agent post. A free agent post is a message containing information about yourself. Here is mine for an example. You want to include your name, ideally your gamer tag, whatever you choose to go by, your friend code on Switch, the weapons you play, what playstyle you have, such as Slayer, Support, maybe Backline. These are Splatoon terms and positions almost all Splatoon teams use. Slayer is more front playing aggressive, Support has map paint control, and Backline keeps distance, pressure, and has eyes on the whole map. These are just some short definitions. I'd recommend checking out FLC's guide on Splatoon roles. It's very well detailed, and I'll be sure to link it along with everything else in the description below. Be sure to include other important information like your time zone, EST, CST, etc. How available you are, and at what times. Weekends, weekdays, maybe only specific days. Any experience if you have any. Any previous teams, tournament results, hours you have in the game, your ranks in the game. Include your division. For those unsure what a division is given out by a tournament organization, Ludi, Leagues Under the Ink, that holds a tournament event once or twice a year. They take your results once the competition is finished and place you in a division of teams similar in your skill level. Remember, divisions aren't required, and if you are just starting out, you are placed in Division 9, which is the entry-level division. Most teams don't have a division, and base theirs off tournament results from skill-capped tournaments they enter. The more tournaments you play, the better your division can rise. Also include if you could do callouts or voice call with others. And lastly, your age. I kept this one last because it's a bit of a touchy one. You see, there are many types of players, some young and others older. You never want to share personal information on the internet like your name, your phone number, your address, your credit card number, etc. However, posting your age helps teams looking for another player to get an idea what to expect if they add you on their roster. Some teams have members mainly 16 and older, but may not want a 13-year-old joining their roster. It's nothing you did. Majority of the time, it has to do with maturity. A 13-year-old's sense of humor most likely isn't going to fit with that of a 17-year-old's. Once you've made your free agent post, go into the servers you join on Discord and post it in the free agent/FA post channels. Most notably, the Splatoon recruitment and free agency server has a nice spot to post yours in. Congrats, you've officially started your comp career. Now don't get too excited. Teams aren't going to line up in your DMs trying to get a hold of you. It takes time. I'd recommend reposting your FA post every few days. Like you, there are many other players trying to find teams as well. Your posts may get lost in the feed, so it's good to keep an eye sometimes how far back yours gets pushed. Like I mentioned, it's a waiting game to get a response from your free agent post. In the meantime, reach out yourself to teams looking for a player. Teams will make a recruitment post looking for players to join their team if they are in need. Some players want to form their own team, and will also be looking to try out all kinds of players. Don't be afraid to try out for both. Remember, the worst thing someone says is no. At least you know you tried, and you can move on to the next tryout. I personally tried out for 7 teams before I joined the one I had a good relationship with. Let that be your inspiration to never give up. There are tons of teams forming every day in the Splatoon community. There is a team for everyone. Alright, you got yourself a tryout. Now what? Most likely, you will talk with a team member that either messaged you or that you message about a day and time that works best for both of you. Once you come to a conclusion, here's what you need to know. Be confident in yourself. You know your skill, you know what you play, just be yourself. Teams love seeing someone that isn't trying to impress them with what they want. Make them want you for you. You most likely will be playing with the team or captain. You'll either be in League, Anarchy, or a Scrim.
A scrim, short for scrimmage, is a test match between 2 teams. A scrim is used for teams to simulate the competitive matches you'd experience in a tournament. Teams often play in scrims weekly to consistently put what they've been practicing to the test, as well as find ways to improve before major tournaments. This is where they see your playstyle and how it may fit with their roster. They also will be keeping an ear out for your mindset. Having a good mindset is what helps teams improve and be the best they can be. You won't get anywhere raging and throwing your controller across your room or shouting things at your screen. You may also be asked questions during your tryout, similar to things you put in your free agent post, times you can play, how you play, goals for the game, etc. After some time, your tryout will come to an end. Communicate with the team you tried out for when you can expect to hear back with an answer. Most will have an answer within a few days. If it takes any longer than expected, don't be afraid to reach out if you really want an answer. If you tend to not get an answer, assume you weren't chosen and move on. Remember, you don't need to accept the first team that wants you on the team either. Not only do teams have requirements, but so do you. If they aren't to your liking, maybe it's their mindset, their humor, the availability, etc. Don't be afraid to walk away and say no thanks. Congratulations! You made a team. You are officially on a competitive team. Now what? Well, you get to start practicing. Most teams will have weekly practices to work with each other and become better. Once feeling confident, teams will enter in tournaments. This is where you put your practice to the test. And regardless of the results, remember that you tried your best. You can't win them all, but take what you can get and reflect on things you can work on to do better next time. Most teams perform VOD reviews, where they review their gameplay with a coach, or with themselves, and spot things that maybe were done wrong, and can work on to better themselves and the team. Whether you got onto a team, or not, and want to play competitively, you can still enter tournaments. Most notable entry-level tournaments include From the Ink Up, Low Ink, Little Squid League, and Minnow Cup, just to name a few. The servers for these tournaments will be linked in the description below. Entering in tournaments as a substitute player, or a pickup team, is a great way to get yourself out there. Remember to be active if you really want to get your name out there, and overall improve in the competitive scene. Most, if not all, tournaments have a section of the server where you can fill out to be a substitute player for any team that may be missing a player, or have one that's not available. Or if you'd like, you can join a pickup team. These are players who also don't have a team to play with, but want to participate in the tournament. You can join in and get that competitive experience. Funny enough, many teams actually form this way. Players who all have a great compatibility and decide to stick together. There are tons of different ways to get better. Do your research.
Watch top players and content creators who play the weapons you play, or that make informational videos that help break down the game and make it easier to understand, especially when there is so much this game has to offer. Some of my top picks are Squid School, ProChara, ThatSRB2 Dude, Wadsum, and many more. I'll be sure to link them down in the description as well. Practice your weapons. Now I don't just mean play constantly for hours on end in solo queue, ranked or anarchy mode. Splatoon servers offer looking for game channels where you can pair up with other players and practice things like your callouts, playstyles, mechanics, and much more. It's a great way to stay fresh and not lose touch with your teamwork in this game. After all, it's multiplayer, not solo player. Well, there you have it. A complete guide on how to get into competitive Splatoon. I hope you find this helpful, and if it helps you out, or if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. That's going to be it for this video. I hope to see many of you in the community, and good luck. You can do this.